Right now, live at 5, COVID concerns. In the U.S., daily cases are up 80% in the last 2 weeks. Now, federal health officials are out with a new recommendation ahead of the holidays. And in Wisconsin, some hospitals are being forced to move patients into home care as the need for beds continues to increase. Plus, with pandemic restrictions ongoing, a major entertainment venue in the Twin Ports is taking a hit financially.
Duluth gym owners are pleading with Governor Walz not to shut down their facilities.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Welcome to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look at the deck in Duluth. Today, 8 months into the pandemic, we learned the deck's revenue is down 53%. That amounts to $6.3 million. We'll have more on this story coming up in just a few minutes. Good evening, I'm Kristen Vaki. Thanks for joining us. The United States has passed another grim milestone, more than 250,000 coronavirus deaths. With cases, hospitalizations, and deaths all surging nationwide, federal health officials are out with a new recommendation ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. Laura Podesta reports from New York.
The CDC is strongly pushing against traveling this Thanksgiving holiday as the coronavirus rages out of control.
The safest way to celebrate Thanksgiving this year is at home with the people who live in your household.
More than 250,000 people in the U.S. have now died from COVID-19. More than 19,000 so far this month. There's been more than 1 million cases nationwide in the past week.
The increase in cases over the last week is really alarming for all of us.
In Idaho, hospitals are nearing capacity. Doctors there are concerned they'll soon have to ration hospital beds.
We may be facing that scenario in December.
In an unprecedented move, 100 hospitals teamed up for a public service announcement, pleading with the American public to wear masks.
Schools are safe! Schools are safe!
In New York City, parents and children protested the city's decision to switch the public school system to all remote learning.
Our most vulnerable kids need schools to be open.
Parents point out that the infection rate in city schools is well below 1%. But Mayor Bill de Blasio defended the decision.
We can't just stand pat with a strategy that worked before when conditions are changing. We need to reset the equation.
He says rising cases in the city and the country made the switch necessary.
Due to the rising cases, the Smithsonian museums, including the National Zoo, have announced their closing starting this Monday. One of central Wisconsin's largest health systems is planning to send some coronavirus patients home in order to make sure there are enough hospital beds. Aspirus officials say they are hoping to free up beds for the, quote, sickest of the sick. Aspirus CEO says facilities at its Wausau hospital are nearly full and staff resources are strained. The hospital is going to move some patients into home care. They say they will rely on nursing calls and telecommunication. They will also ask patients' family members to help provide care. With another shutdown on the horizon and hospital beds in Minnesota filling up, Governor Tim Walz is calling for help from the federal government. The Democrat wrote a letter to leadership in the U.S. House and Senate to provide more relief for working families and businesses across the state. At a news briefing this afternoon, Governor Walz was joined with leaders from healthcare systems across the state. There, he said he knows how hard the latest shutdown will be for people, but added, it's what's necessary to slow the latest rise in cases and allow hospitals to care for their current patients while saving room for new ones.
Every healthcare system in Minnesota agrees with the moves that we're making. They find no pleasure in this. They find no joy in this. They know how painful this is to families, and it's painful to them.
Minnesota currently has about 300 ICU beds and 2,200 standard beds available across the entire state. Critical care beds in the eastern half of the state are at more than 90% capacity. Minnesota's economy is making a slow recovery as the pandemic continues. Deed Commissioner Steve Grove discussed the latest unemployment numbers today. He says unemployment in the state dropped from 5.9% in September to 4.6% in October. That means about 137,000 people are still out of work, down from a peak of about 303,000 back in May. Grove says the decrease in unemployment isn't because people found jobs, but because they dropped out of the workforce altogether, something he says is concerning.
We as a state remain a state that has a higher labor force participation rate than almost any state in the country, but obviously that drop is something that is concerning to us and does beg some questions about who's leaving the workforce and why.
Grove also addressed the new restrictions going into effect tomorrow. He says the next 4 weeks will be challenging, and they do expect to see more people filing for unemployment. But he says they're hopeful it will get the virus under control and lead to longer-term economic recovery. A Duluth homeless shelter has its first COVID-19 case, and now they're helping quarantine people who don't have a place to go. Chum did not say when the person who tested positive was at their shelter. Now they're testing others who were there at the same time. They're also moving people to a designated quarantine hotel, something the county and Chum have been planning for the past several months. In the meantime, Chum's shelter is closed for deep cleaning. They hope to reopen on Monday. Anyone needing emergency shelter should go to Chum. They'll point them toward testing and safe quarantine options. With Minnesota's new COVID-19 restrictions starting first thing Saturday, most of the activities that were scheduled there for December have now been canceled. CBS3's Kendall Jarbo has more on the deck struggles.
Just to give you an idea of the financial whiplash the deck is going through right now, they had 4 events scheduled for December 5th and had to consider hiring more people. Now they're considering layoffs of even more people. 8 months ago during the pandemic, the deck's revenue is down 53%. That's more than $6 million. Almost 400 employees were permanently laid off in September. The only outside assistance the deck received is $50,000 in a CARES grant from St. Louis County. With the state's new executive order, almost all events scheduled, including youth hockey, curling club activities, and some recitals over the next 4 weeks are canceled. The deck's interim executive director, Roger Greinert, says they've taken a huge financial hit, but finances aren't the only challenge.
The biggest challenge of the new executive order is just really the blow to the morale of the staff. Staff have been working really hard doing 2 or 3 jobs because of the limited staff that we have left.
Because of exceptions in Walz's order, not all deck events have been cut. The Bulldogs women's hockey team still play there, but with no fans. The men are expected to play there in January, and the deck is still hosting a symphony, but people can watch only virtually. The COVID testing site will also continue to operate 7 days a week. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll learn more about whether or not there's hope for the deck and what measures they're taking to stay afloat.
All right, thanks, Kendall. Let's check in with Dave for a look at the weather. Dave, abnormally warm out there today.
Yeah, for some towns more than others, but even in International Falls, where the top temp was 39, that's about 5 degrees warmer than normal. So to the map we go to see how things fared in Hibbing, 42. That's fairly fair. 45 here in the Twin Ports, 50 in Superior. Yeah, a good swath of the southern parts of our area from Aiken to Moose Lake through Superior, Solon Springs, Hayward, even Ashland, and Watersmeet cracked the 50-degree mark as planned. But it's going to be a short-lived crack because the cold front's already coming, slated to slide our temperatures downwards and create a chance for rain-snow mix tonight. 40% chance before we cool down on our Friday. So our Friday day planner says the 40% mix chance overnight will become a 30% mix chance early in the morning. Then we get partial sunshine as we go through the rest of the day, but the high temp of 32 will now be cooler than normal by a couple of degrees. Does that mean a real cold snap's coming? Well, we'll fire up the 7-day forecast together and figure it out in just a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Still to come on Live at 5, a change of plans for the College of St. Scholastica, plus Main Street in Hayward is getting an extra touch of beauty. City by City is up next. And tonight at 6, Thanksgiving will look different on a lot of fronts this year as the Twin Ports Thanksgiving Day Buffet gears up for another year of festivities.
You're watching Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS 3. CBS 3 News is brought to you by Ralph Eye Care Specialists.
My husband's parents were visiting, and I promised them a home-cooked meal, except my boss had a different idea. He tells me, hold your horses. I call my husband and I say, I'm slammed, and he's like, Quick Trip, and I'm like, bingo. At Quick Trip, I say, what's good tonight? And the Quick Trip guy is like, everything, but I go for the hand-breaded fried chicken, and I go, make that ×4. Being none the wiser, my mother-in-law is like, I always said she's a keeper. I'll run with that.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
What do you get when you add care from Essentia Health and coverage from UCare? Essentia Care, now available for a more affordable price. Essentia Care's Medicare Advantage plans have premiums that start at $0 per month in select counties. You'll be able to see your Essentia Health provider at our 15 hospitals and 71 clinics. Plus, Essentia Care plans allow you the freedom to see any provider who accepts Medicare. Compare and shop plans at ucare.org/EssentiaCare.
Real encounters with God are life-changing. Join us Sundays at 11:30 for The Message of Good Hope and learn how you can reach your highest potential through a relationship with Christ. Only on the Duluth CW.
A brand new season is here. And yes, I am in an eye patch. How much more, Kelly, can it get? Air hugs only, people.
You're the most beautiful pirate.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS3 News with Kristen Vaki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
Fire threatens everything in its path. When it threatens our communities, we respond. We bring the fight to the front line. The Army National Guard stands ready because sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard. We will always be there when our community needs us the most. Find out more about serving your community part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Grand Rapids on this Thursday evening. Dave will have your full forecast in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a look around the region. An annual tradition goes virtual here in Duluth, plus a new piece of art is encouraging a sense of community in Hayward. That and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. Starting things off here in Duluth, where the College of St. Scholastica changed its plans regarding its annual Lighting a Tradition event. Originally, the event was open to the public, but as COVID numbers rise statewide and with new restrictions announced, the college has made the decision to host the event virtually instead. The lighting of Tower Hall took place Wednesday evening and was streamed via Facebook Live. Now heading over to Hayward, where Main Street is now decorated with a new mural. It's located on the sidewall of Art Beat of Hayward. The mural was commissioned by Art Beat owner Deanna Pearson, who says she wanted something that showed the value of community and working together. The piece was completed by local artist Donna Post. And finally, we'll finish off in Ashland, where the Ashland County Land and Water Conservation Department is encouraging residents to plant more native trees and shrubs with a sale. The department is currently selling plant stock. There are 20 different species of trees and shrubs available for purchase at a price range of $15 to $20. The planting of native trees is important to the ecosystem by providing essential wildlife and preventing erosion. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, Minnesota gyms will be shutting their doors come Friday. How the order could negatively impact mental health.
Here's a live look at the streets of Two Harbors, where things are high and dry right now. But there's a 40% chance for rain-snow mix coming across. Could make things a little bit slippery for a couple of hours. We'll talk about how long it'll last coming up after our break.
Prime Appliance, the first with Black Friday pricing all month long during our Black November sale. To save you money and shop normal hours. In today's world, other merchants will follow our lead. What a concept, savings and convenience. Save big on our in-stock high-end counter-depth Fisher & Paykel refrigerator starting now at just $13.99. We also have small upright and chest freezers in a limited quantity starting at just $2.19. Prime Appliances Black November sale's the best place to save on appliances.
You can have a great time out at Fond Duluth and get paid for it. From frontline customer service to something more technical, your new career could be right in downtown Duluth. Stop in during business hours or go to our website to find job listings and apply.
I need your help fighting COVID-19.
You can help. Please stay home.
My team needs your help. We know you miss your friends and family. We do too.
Love others by protecting them. Stay home.
We need to have room to care for you if you get sick.
We need your help. You can help. The time is now to mask up, wash your hands, and stay home.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day.
Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Vaki every Tuesday at 10. Brought to you by Iron Mining Association, Range Regional Airport, and Miners National Bank of Evelyn. Only on live, local CBS3.
Move snow with your new John Deere from Duluth Lawn and Sport.
Duluth gym owners are pleading with Governor Walz not to shut down their facilities. More on that next.
Coming up tonight, the 24th Thanksgiving Day Buffet is happening, and we'll tell you how it's looking different this year.
Tonight at 6 on CBS3. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on live, local CBS3. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Sky-wise, we had a bit of a mixed bag today. On Minnesota's side, got a little bit sunnier for at least a little while you can tell from this picture over towards Wisconsin and the UP, the clouds stayed a little bit thicker, a little bit longer. Well, we're going to play catch-up with the clouds tonight. They'll thicken back in for Minnesota and kick up a 40% chance for a rain-snow mix region-wide. That should be gone by tomorrow morning, but in between, the roads could get a little bit slick. Well, probably later on tonight through early tomorrow morning, and we'll talk about how long that's going to last again and what's to follow coming up in just a little bit. Right now, we start the process with the current conditions. Are coming in from the airport in Duluth, where it's 43 degrees, warmer than normal still, 65% for the relative humidity, and the northwest wind, it's going 7 miles per hour. Air pressure now is at 29.85 inches of mercury, and with the low pressure system coming through, those numbers are probably going to go down a little bit before spiking again tomorrow, at least temporarily, because we do have another round of precip with us for the latter half of the weekend. But focusing on current temperatures, it was warmer than normal today, still warmer than normal in the Upper Peninsula, with 40 degrees in most towns. And in Wisconsin, we're looking at a range of 39 to 42. And for Minnesotans, it's a little bit wider of a range, anywhere from 31 in International Falls to 43 degrees on Park Point. This warm spell was brought yesterday by a warm front, but now a cold front's coming to call, and you can see where it is right now. We have 40s ahead of it and 30s behind it. And that frontal passage is what's going to create that chance for the rain and snow mix, which probably won't be too bad for our area. We're seeing a little bit of it here and there right now, and it probably will redevelop as the night goes on. But west of Bemidji is where it could be a little bit rougher. Folks there are facing a winter weather advisory. They could get some snow to stick there, but here in our part of the world, I don't think anything is going to stick, much more than just a trace. But that trace can be slippery, so again, be cautious through tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow, behind the cold front, of course, it does cool down, but it'll clear up at least a little bit. Should be partly sunny on Friday, and then it could become mostly sunny and still a little bit cooler for Saturday. But as we eye up the weekend, here comes Sunday. Next low pressure system comes around, bringing flurries to light snow. Really only a 30% chance of that. So hasn't been much precip this week, and maybe not that much for the week ahead. Tonight in Minnesota, the low temperatures will go from 22 inland to 30 by the lake, and there's that 40% chance for the mix out there, and it spills into Wisconsin and Michigan during the overnight as well. Low temps there will be in the upper 20s. For tomorrow, daytime highs in Wisconsin and the UP will be in the low to mid 30s with a mostly cloudy sky, and it'll be partly sunny in Minnesota with highs 25 inland, 35 by the lake. Extended forecast shows no huge Arctic outbreaks this week or big warm spells either, hovering pretty close to the normal for most days of about 34 degrees. As far as the precip chances go, we do have that chance tonight. Late Saturday night into Sunday, some flurries are possible, and then another round could hit on Tuesday, but the latest charts don't indicate much of an accumulation from any of these events.
Thanks, Dave. Today is Give to the Max Day in Minnesota, and one local icon is looking to raise $10,000. The Duluth Library Foundation's Friends of Duluth Public Library and Clifford, the big red dog, are looking for donations to the library during this difficult time. The director of the Duluth Library Foundation says the donations will go toward buying more digital books, paper books, and supplies to help during the pandemic.
It's here to serve the whole community, and I think the gifts that people are giving are showing that they see the library as an important institution of stability and hope in our city.
As of this morning, the foundation has raised nearly half of the $10,000 goal. If you're interested in donating, there is a link on our website. Well, time is ticking for people to get their last workouts in the gym. Minnesota's new COVID-19 restrictions are set to go into effect first thing Saturday. The month-long pause on certain activities includes fitness centers. CBS3's Leanne Valdez spoke to local gym owners about what this shutdown could mean, not only for your physical health, but mental health as well.
Duluth gym owners are pleading with Governor Walz not to shut down their facilities, saying in a time with a global pandemic, daylight savings time met with daily stress, people need their physical sanctuaries now more than ever. Impact Sports Training in Duluth serves more than 300 people, and now they have a short amount of time to let them all know they're locking up the gym for the next 4 weeks. Owner of IST, Dr. Chris Bell, says he's disappointed in the governor's decision to close fitness centers. Bell says people look at gyms as a way to escape everything happening in our world. He adds the physical benefits of intense exercise is obvious, but the mental health benefits can't be overstated.
It combats risk of depression, suicide, loneliness. The hormonal effects are very positive. We try to make this the best part of every person's day that walks through the door.
Impact Sports Training will be offering virtual classes to their clients the next 4 weeks, but Bell says it's not the same.
Thanks, Leanne. Coming up at 6, we'll hear from other gym owners about their thoughts on Minnesota's second shutdown. By the way, Governor Walz says he shut down gyms, fitness centers, and youth and adult sports because they have become a place where people gather and possibly spread the virus. That could in turn overwhelm hospitals. State data shows 780 COVID cases statewide have been linked to sports and nearly 750 with gyms. Well, it's that time of the show where we get to talk about pets up for adoption. And today we're featuring a cutie from Range Regional Animal Rescue in Hibbing. Meet Tequila. She is a 5-month-old tabby cat with brown fur coloring. She is shy and still has to be socialized, but since arriving at the shelter, she started to warm up to the staff. With the right person and some patience, she will make an amazing addition to your family. Tequila still needs to be spayed before she can leave. If you'd like to set up an appointment to meet her, you can call the number on your screen. Still to come, it's back to virtual learning for Duluth students. We have the details after the break.
Are you a veteran and a homeowner? Then think Streamline and maybe save yourself hundreds of dollars every month on your mortgage. A VA Streamline Refinance is just for veterans and lowers your mortgage rate so you can save on mortgage payments every month, every year. And it's easy to qualify. You don't need pay stubs, a W-2, bank statements, or a home appraisal. And mortgage rates now are very low. Veteran and homeowner? Call 888-327-6866.
Ready, set, internet. Extreme has the speed and price to get you online fast. Stop waiting and get going for as low as $19.99 a month for a year with speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Powerful in-home Wi-Fi and 99.99% network reliability. Extreme has what you need to stay ahead and stay on track. Hurry and get Extreme internet for as low as $19.99 a month for 1 year. Dial 844-EXTREME2.
Medicare isn't everyone's favorite thing to shop for, but with UCare, it might be worth a browse because right now, UCare is offering a $0 premium plan statewide. And unlike original Medicare, you also get prescription drugs, doctor visits, dental, hearing, and glasses. Fire off any questions to a decomplicator today. Hey, it's what we're here for. UCare, people-powered health plans.
At Ralph Eye Care Specialists, we help your family see well. We check your child's need for glasses, and we screen for problems which are best treated early in life. We test your parents for diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma. These often have no early symptoms, so regular eye exams are important. And we care for you, providing routine and emergency care for your lifetime. Call now to schedule an appointment at Ralph Eye Care Specialists.
Work hard for your money and deserve to see it go the extra mile. Join us Wednesday mornings and hear from local experts on tips to better manage your finances in Eye on Money on live local CBS3. Brought to you by MPPL Financial.
This generation of engineers have arrived on the Iron Range.
Classes are looking a little bit different this year at
Minnesota. This time, it's the president's son hoping to win.
Saving a man in the fire. The details tonight.
Coming up, we're unpacking the vice president's campaign.
Gilbert in Virginia.
Coming up tonight, we hear from Wisconsin voters.
Tomorrow, I think it's going to be cooler than normal.
To stay up to date with the news and weather that impacts you and your community.
Mariah Haberman here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. Plus, subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Local CBS3.
Duluth elementary school students made the switch to distance learning today. Middle and high school students have already been learning from home. Superintendent John Magus is tentatively planning for elementary students to return to a hybrid model on December 14th. While in distance learning, the district will continue to provide bagged meals for pickup when school is in session. November is the time of year when seniors in high school typically apply for scholarships to help pay for college. According to local scholarship organizations, this year has been slightly different for some. A growing number of students from the class of 2021 have decided to take a gap year and wait to go to college to avoid the pandemic's impacts. Officials with the Allworth Memorial Fund say they agree with the students' choices, but just because seniors may choose to take a year off does not mean they can't apply for scholarships now.
We want seniors to know that they must apply now to take advantage of the gap year option provided by many foundations. If awarded, then they may request a deferral for up to 1 year before beginning their studies.
They want students to apply for as many scholarships as they can because even though this year has been tough, there are still millions of dollars available for students in the Northland. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
What do you get when you add care from Essentia Health and coverage from UCare? Essentia Care, now available for a more affordable price. Essentia Care's Medicare Advantage plans have premiums that start at $0 per month in select counties. You'll be able to see your Essentia Health provider at our 15 hospitals and 71 clinics. Plus, Essentia Care plans allow you the freedom to see any provider who accepts Medicare. Compare and shop plans at ucare.org/EssentiaCare.
You love the look of exterior lighting, but lighting contractors cost a fortune. And wiring your own lights? Well, don't try that at home. You need Disc Lights by Bell & Howell, the portable, powerful, solar-powered LED outdoor lights that mount flat to the ground to create incredible cascades of light. Best of all, there's no wiring at all. Just press Disc Light flat to the ground and you're done. Bell & Howell Disc Lights utilize light conversion technology that absorb the sun's energy in storage cells, where it's converted into solar-powered electricity. So when the sun goes down, Disc Lights come up for 10 full hours and turn off automatically in daylight. And now you can get this set of 4 Bell & Howell Disc Lights for just $19.95. But wait, order today and we'll even ship it to you free. But there's more. Order today and you can get a second set of 4 Disc Lights. Just pay a separate fee. So don't delay. Order your Bell & Howell Disc Lights today. Call now.
Call 1-800-902-5994 or go to disclights.com. That number again is 1-800-902-5994 or order online at disclights.com.
My
mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day.
Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Vaki every Tuesday at 10. Brought to you by Iron Mining Association, Range Regional Airport, and Miners National Bank of Evelyn. Only on live, local CBS3.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from the Duluth Lift Bridge on this Thursday evening. You can see the bridge is currently lit in purple to honor those who have lost their lives to COVID-19. Now let's take a quick look at some of today's top stories, and we'll see what's coming up tonight at 6. 8 months into the pandemic, the deck's revenue is down 53%. That's more than $6 million. Almost 400 employees were permanently laid off in September. The only outside assistance the deck received is $50,000 in a CARES grant from St. Louis County. With the state's new executive order, almost all events scheduled have been canceled. And tonight at 6, Thanksgiving will look different on a lot of fronts this year. That includes the annual Thanksgiving Day buffet held at the deck. This year, they have had to find new ways to help those in need while in the middle of a pandemic. We'll tell you how they are preparing to keep the annual tradition going. That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is up next. We'll see you right back here at 6.